we're just excited to be here. Matter of fact, on Monday, your work that celebrated its 4 year anniversary. So,
Oh,
all the time that it took to build up to develop everything that your work that has to offer, the research that went into it. We always knew all along that, taking care of the inside of the body is one thing that can definitely help. That's why that's a huge industry. But if you're going to take care of the inside, why not take care of the outside too? And
yeah.
I started in my fitness industry, like most guys, when I was young. But then
Mhm.
life would get in the way and you'd quit, and then you'd get back, and then you'd quit. But what I've come to find out is fitness is just like anything. And what I mean by that is the more that you're held accountable, the longer you're going to stick with it until it becomes something so simple like taking a shower. You're just going to do it every day. Nobody has to remind you to do that anymore.
Right.
But exercising seems to be something that a lot of us, it's like that thing, if I have time, I'll get to it if I can, but I really need to, and so we tend to just forget about it. So I got extremely, extremely lucky years ago, and I was in my mid 20s, and I really wanted to get into fitness. And my local gym was owned and operated by a guy that had just won the Mr. Texas bodybuilding competition. And
Okay.
to open the gym, he brought his cousin in who had just won Mr. Indiana. And I would go to the gym like 2, 3 in the afternoon, and I was literally the only one there. So
Oh,
what did that make happen? Well, I had two really cool workout partners that
yeah.
knew their business forwards and backwards and sideways, and they didn't mind at all working out with me. So I would work out with them for an hour or so, 5, 6 days a week, and it was usually just the two or three of us. And so for a couple of years there, things really started to take place. Not just, getting in better shape, but getting some mental focus to it. So years later, then I really got into it. I started studying it. I started taking the courses to get certified in multiple different ways, not just a personal trainer, but also nutritionist, bodybuilding, and also recovery and prevention. So, we wanted to get extremely dug into what we do. But then when it was time to open up Prime Fitness, I said, I'm stupid if I do this all by myself. Because there's some people that know this, some that know that. And so I wanted to create a mixture of it. So I
Mm.
found two people. One has been in the industry for decades. I mean, worked at companies like Les Mills, YMCA, still works at a gym to this day. And so what she brings to the table is just decades of knowledge.
Okay.
And then I brought a third person in. And the main reason I did this is because when he was in the Navy, one of his duties was to make sure people could pass the physical. You're in
Oh,
the
okay.
Navy, you got to do that a couple times a year. So he
Right.
was he was, the trainer that would make sure these guys could pass their test. And
Mhm.
look, we all see it. People join things and then they get a little out of shape after they've been there for a while. Well, he
Right.
had to make sure that they could do it. So we brought all this knowledge together, and now what we do is we simply help people. So, do we have some packages for people to pick from? Absolutely. But, our packages, let's just be honest with them. They're not cookie cutter. If you buy a package and then your brother buys a pack, it's not going to be the same thing. We don't believe that
Mm.
just,
Okay.
tell you to do this set of exercise and everything's going to be great. Why? Because everybody's different. Your personality's different. We're all unique from the next person. You're not even the same as your dad, right? So we're all uniquely and vastly different, which means our bodies work different. You know,
Hmm.
one exercise works for me, may not work for you. So we will work with you to make sure that we have you on the right path. Do we figure it all out in 20 minutes? Of course not. That's why we continue to work with you. So we do offer three packages, less than 100, less than 200, less than 400. And the differences you get with them is how much time we spend with you individually. What
Hmm.
all do you need? Do you just need us to write you a plan? Cool, we can do that. But do you want us to write you a plan and then work with you via Zoom to make sure that not just you're sticking to it, but that it's being helpful, that you're learning. And then we offer a plan that gives you everything from workout all the way through every nutrition. I mean, we literally tell you what to eat, when to eat, so we want to keep you on track with every single step along the way, everything that we do. Because again, remember, at the end of the day, this is what really keyed me off, Stacey. I mean, this happened in 2008, and I knew I had to make a change. We were doing business and life was great. I mean, we were making a ton of money in network marketing. And I had this individual at the time, he was probably 80 years old. Now, he's one of those old Amway guys from way back in the day. God rest his soul, he's passed away now. And he came to all of our in-person meetings. And he walked up to me one night, looked me square in the eye, and he said, "Oh, could you go back to that one picture? Go back, go back, go back. One more. Right there. Hold it right there." Because he walked up to me when I looked, that's me. So look at the left. He walked up to me and he said, "Hey, young man, you're going to make a bloody fortune in this business. Can I give you a piece of advice? Get in shape so you can live to enjoy it." Man, that hit me in between the eyeballs like a ton of bricks. Literally the next day or 2 days later, I got into the gym and I just never looked back. Didn't look back during COVID. COVID happened. What did I do? I built a home gym. That's how important all of this is to me. And so what we want to do is work with you. You're gonna get everything from us. We're gonna do an initial intake Zoom because I want to get to know you. We're gonna figure out which one of our trainers is going to be able to be more beneficial to you. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a link to our app. That way you follow through with it. When you go to the gym, maybe you work out at home, it doesn't matter. We build your plan for either your gym, your home gym, maybe you have no equipment at all. But when you start your workout, you'll open up our app and it takes you step by step by step through everything that you're supposed to do. Maybe you don't know how to do that exercise. That's fine. There's a video right there on every single exercise within our app, and the video will show you exactly how to do it. Some of those videos are 20 seconds, some are a minute and a half. But you never have to make the excuse, "Well, I don't know how to do, good mornings." Sure you do. Watch the video. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stay in touch with you through the app. We're going to be able to message you. You'll be able to message us. "I'm really not liking this exercise." Great, keep it up. We will work with you. We're not just going to, because I hate this saying, "Welcome to the team. Hey, good luck." No. Your success brings our success. Your happiness brings our happiness. And so when we learn to work together, then great and amazing things can happen. So the last thing we wanted to do is we wanted to really make sure that we reward people. So we kind of up the commissions on everything that we're offering. I think we're paying pretty well. Percentage wise, we're close to 30%. And so we want to make sure that we're offering back to you, no matter if you're purchasing or getting your neighbor to buy it. We wanted to make sure that we're offering you something worth your while that's going to get into your e-wallet and allow you to enjoy something extra special for you. But Stacey, at the end of the day, this thing is all about living longer, living healthier. When we match this with our You're Worth It products, well, we believe it's the game changer, and we're just going to keep changing the game every single day. So I'll leave you with this. When we wanted to launch this on the Shoply a few months ago, the three of us made a pact between ourselves because we were all into this bulking phase, and we just wanted to get as big as we could, and that's cool. But we said we wanted to really trim down and thin down. So we wrote ourselves our own nutrition plan because we wanted to prove our system. We wrote ourselves together our workout plans, the three of us. And since I've started that just 90 days ago, I go to a doctor every week that has a special scale. You get on it, measures everything, blah, blah, blah. But since then, okay, I have gained 2.5 pounds of muscle. I have lost 3.5% of body fat and 11 pounds. So let that sink in for a second. Lost 11 pounds, gained 3 pounds of muscle, lost body fat, and we're ready to write the plan for you too.
Wow.
You just never know what can happen until you become willing to make the change. Hey, God bless you, Stacy. God bless everyone. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Well, if you guys have any questions you want to ask Chris, before we close out with him, I know we've got Rod back on, so if he has any questions that he wants to ask you too. No, the one thing I'll say is I love your approach to the holistic side of it, between the things that you eat to the how you feel on the outside, because the activities that you do, the exercise that you do is really linked to people's mental health and how they feel about themselves. And so you guys really digging into people and helping them feel better about themselves is gonna not just improve the length of time they're here, but the quality of life that they get too. It's not just about being here and being unhappy and just being around your family. What is the quality of the interactions that you have, the way that you view yourself, and you're kind of taking it from an all hands in approach to making sure people live the best life they can. And that's amazing.
I will leave you with this. You will even sleep better. And it's not because we're going to wear you out, but
You're just passing out, right?
what you release from your brain,
Hmm.
right? That's one of the key elements. And when you can release the dopamine, you will feel so much relaxed, so much better, so much more full of energy, and your sleep, it'll just knock you out. You'll be totally satisfied with it.
Sleep like a baby, right?
Amen. Amen. But not getting up every 2 hours.
Uh,
Rod, I saw you unmute. Do you have something that you want to talk about really quick?
no, I was just going to say I can't see from where I'm at. I can't see any questions that might pop up. You'll have to bring them up if they do. But Chris, thanks for joining us today. And I did have one kind of an interesting question. How far, or what's the furthest distance away? I mean, have you helped people in other countries, I guess is what I'm asking,
Yeah.
and write plans for them? And how was that? And if somebody is here and has somebody from another country, light on English, perhaps, whatever, I'm certain there's a way that you can work with them together anyway.
Yes. Currently, we're working with one from Canada. We have worked with people from Germany and Switzerland. Um, if it's not in English, it's a little bit tougher, but we're always willing to find a way.
Mhm.
Yep,
Sounds good.
absolutely.
Looks like, oh, we lost Rod there for a second. I know he's driving, so he might have gone into a little bit of a
But
dead
yeah,
zone.
you can
All
get
right,
us in, you can get us in any country, and we're always here to help.
perfect. Well, I appreciate you being on tonight, Chris. Great to see you.
You too, Stacey. Thank you.
Yeah, anything last thing you want to say before I bring in the next person?
No, man, just go buy your candles. Let's get in shape. And I know Bev is going to rock our world as well too. So, man, that's the coolest thing about all this
Mm-hmm.
is when you're bringing the people together.
Yep.
Let us reward you. That's what we're all trying to do together. God bless you guys.
All right, thanks, Chris. Have a great